Give you a video how to get a radiator out of a Chevy Traverse. This is a 2015 model. First things first, you got to get the bumper. To get the bumper behind this whole shield. Anyway, you can just kind of get a couple of these out. Basically, if you move this over, you have access to these little 7mm bolts here. There's around 3 of them running along the edge. Now, once you get those bolts out, then you could just push it forward. See, like half of this fucking bumper is already gone. Of note, when you remove the bumper, this little piece is going to come with it. And there's 3 7mm bolts that connect to it. And there's also going to be 1 other 7mm bolt in front of it, so it's a total of 4 bolts per side. Once you get this last one out, then you can just slide it off like that. Before you pull the bumper, make sure you disconnect these 2 fog lights out of here, and then the bumper will just come out. Also of note, there's going to be another bolt here too. I didn't see this because this one wasn't even in there. Of note, here's that bolt that was going through here actually. It's a 10mm. Alright, of note, to get the bumper out, there's going to be a bunch of these T20s that go through here and here. And there's a couple up here, so you don't need to pull this whole big wheel well cover. Just pretty much you're going to disconnect it, and these are those other bolts that caught me up before. That's where they are. Alright, my next step, due to the fact is a Chevy, there's no drain on the radiator on either side, so pretty much all I'm going to do is just remove this lower hose and let it drain like that. Have a bucket ready because I'm sure this shit is going to be messy unless your system is like totally empty. Alright, so after that you're going to remove basically this whole bracket here. There's going to be 2 bolts up here and 1 down here. You do not need to remove the headlights to take this out, but this pretty much just comes out. No big problem at all. With that bracket out, now I could probably squeeze in here easier to get this top hose off. I'm probably going to wind up pushing this shit forward to get it out. Alright, it's kind of a pain in the ass to just pull this out because the hose goes straight back. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these brackets off and move it forward so I could get this hose out. Of note, the bolts going to these brackets is also 10mm. Alright, you're going to have to separate the condenser from the radiator pretty much on the top. You just kind of squeeze these little tabs and it pushes forward. But on the bottom, you have to kind of lift it up. You're going to have to move this little piece of rubber out of the way because it goes like right in there. So if you just move that out of the way, you should be able to lift it up. Alright, on this side, to lift out the condenser, it's a little funny if you have the lines connected. Pretty much I took my dikes and I cut this shit along here because this plastic was rubbing like that, so I just kind of fucking cut that shit out of there. As you know, I'm a hack. Alright, I'm trying to make my life easier, but if you see these bolt holes there, pretty much there's a bracket on top, and this, if you move this fucking piece like kind of down, you'll see the 13mm nuts. Alright, so if you remove those nuts on the bottom, it's going to be another couple 10mm to unbolt basically this thing. So then you could pull this thing out and maybe it'll make your life easier. Of note here, you're going to have to move these